18 to 49. I've been listening to the Pandora Station dance hall all day today and neo soul, so I'm feeling book like Jamaican. How was that accent?
What?
Book. That was in one of my songs. And I was listening to I'm so special, so special. And then I was listening to a lot of neo soul today. Earlier on Facebook, I posted that.
I saw that.
I like that.
Current mood neo soul singer. Thank you so much. It made me feel like I did something right today when I saw the likes. I feel like my post for tomorrow is going to be current mood, desperately seeking your likes and shares. I would think that's going to get a lot of likes too. We'll see how that goes.
It's a weird feeling because like sometimes you'll post something. Most of the time I just post things because I feel like it, not looking for any kind of response. But then it surprises you when things fall on like completely deaf ears and like nobody pays attention. And then you'll put the most benign thing. And I posted something yesterday that like 70 people liked. And I just lost my mind. I'm like, I don't even interact with 70 people on Facebook. How is this even happening right
because
now?
People shared it. And the reason is that it was awesome. Hey, this is 18 to 49. That's my Jamaican accent. Hopefully nobody who's from Jamaica gets insulted by me trying to do this thing here. Anyway, hi, my name is Brandy. Over there we have our friends Alaia. Detective Williams, she's on the beat. And
people are going to have no reference for that
I'm going to explain it, okay? And today, I like how I switched from Jamaican accent. I did that in the last line. Today, we have a very special, spectacular, I can't think of any other S's that doesn't sound like sexual and sensual, guest, Stephanie Lakey. Yay!
Hi, everyone out there in podcast land.
Stephanie was here for the Mad Men episode, which was a relief because Brandy wasn't here and Brandy doesn't like Mad Men. So welcome back, Stephanie.
Why I love Stephanie, because she watches things and supports my sweetums Alaia in ways that I don't have to. And it makes me very excited.
I'm your surrogate. When you
Thank you. You're my sister wife.
Exactly. We're all sister wives.
But just so you know, I'm the first one. So I get first dibs on the days of the week.
Whatever. I'm just kidding.
I prefer Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you.
I've seen Big Love. All of that can change.
It is. That's very true.
Very quickly.
In a moment's notice. Okay, let's go back.
Can I just say something really quick, actually?
Yeah.
You know, we all watched Big Love, and you guys don't necessarily do this, but I found these, like, sleeper black friends who are, like, really into the X-Files and SVU, and I'm like, you don't really see a lot of black people, like, out there for these shows that have mostly white characters, but I always get excited when I find some, like, black friends that like the same shows.
Yeah.
So, it's just fun times.
Yeah.
I mean, there were, like, no black people on Big Love, were there?
No,
they probably had like a friend.
Yeah, I was about to say there was like one guy who got beat up.
The X-Files did have a couple of black men. They were all men in charge, so that was kind of cool. And my friend Emily, she's like, you know, when you think about it, the X-Files, every bad person on there was an old white man. I'm like, you know what? I hadn't thought about that, but it's true.
They used to be pedophiles on SVU.
That is true.
Yeah.
So, thanks, TV.
Thank you, TV.
Yeah.
You know what the deal is. Keeping it real, you know the deal. I feel like today is going to be a lyrical day for me. Just
and a day where we offend all kinds of cultures and ethnicities.
Do you think that was offensive to people who are Jamaican?
I don't think so.
No, okay. I was about to say, because I thought, I mean, because one time, okay, very brief story. So I have a friend from Trinidad and Tobago, and so I was saying that to them. I was going, because she says it, she goes, Trinidad and Tobago, and she says it like that. And so I said, hey, why do you say it like, and she thought it was awesome. She's like, hey, you sound like me. But not really. I couldn't for the whole time. But she thought it was cute. But everybody probably isn't thinking cute. Anyway, we'll stop there. Hey, I'll stop there. Alaia, just for you guys to know, on some context tip about Alaia being a detective. Alaia is a private eye for any sort of internet's personality and or marketer who makes false claims. So if you're out here in internet marketing worlds or internet coaching worlds or internet's worlds doing business and you're making falsified claims, watch out, because Detective Williams is on the beat.
I just think people should not say things. Well, first of all, you shouldn't say things that aren't true, but don't say things that we can so easily disprove. So the backstory is our friend Brian Shea, who's been on this show before. We both happened to find this person completely separately. We found this guy doing business online. And I just happened to click through because on his portfolio, he said, I help my client get thousands of followers. And he listed the client in his portfolio. So I clicked through to her pages and she had like 200 followers.
Well,
Like you didn't even make that difficult.
Maybe what happened was he got her thousands of followers, and Twitter found out about him paying people, and they dropped off.
Yeah.
Oh.
Never.
Anyway.
Will they do that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, they will purge it. They purge it on Instagram.
But not enough to get her from like thousands to 200. And if so, he should know and take her off the portfolio. Anyway, if you're going to make false claims, just do a better job.
Yeah.
I think he better call Tyrone. Oh, that one landed on deaf ears. All right.
I chuckled to myself quietly.
Oh, okay, because
I guess I have to guffaw to make it heard.
Well, I mean, okay,
Yeah.
Well,
I will probably not say
Randy.
guffaw
I know
for another
you're an artist.
360 days. But
thank you, Stephanie. I am
about
exactly. This is explicit, so if you like to curse, you can.
Good. Don't tell me that, because ask Alaia. I can curse.
All right, well, welcome.
This show, we haven't marked explicit by default just in case some things happen.
Okay.
Most times it's perversion.
Yeah.
Here lately it's
we
been
talk
perversion.
about junk and, other things. Not our own.
Which there's been a lot of junk on
There has been a lot of junk.
lately.
But we'll get there.
Yeah.
There's been junk on TV. There's been junk on television.
I saw junk last night that I didn't want to see.
Oh, my God. Ew.
And last week. Too,
and last
show.
week. So let's dive in because just another quick backstory. This whole episode is going to be quick backstory.
Oh my God. Title.
So quick backstory. Brandy and I usually just like dive in, and we had so much to talk about with Stephanie and so many pop culture things that we actually had to like make a list this time.
You made a list. I didn't do anything though.
I wrote it down on my Post-it.
Yeah,
it's on the corner of my Post-it. So we actually have to start because we have so many things to get to today.
You the best.
So, okay. Quick side note.
Quick backstory.
No, we were going to start with Thursday, but I want to start with Tuesday, and we'll keep it short depending on if either one of you saw it. Does either one of you watch Being Mary Jane?
No.
No.
I don't watch it.
Okay.
I watched it up until the beginning of this season, and then I decided my plate is full, so I'm going to binge watch it when it appears on my Netflix next year.
Okay.
Well,
Does
that's
anybody
smart.
care about spoilers?
No, I don't.
And I'll forget by the time it comes back around.
I don't care. Oops, sorry. I almost fell.
So what ended up happening was this was a very special episode of Being Mary Jane. It was one of those. So her friend Lisa, who she keeps putting down and pushing away, not that I'm blaming Mary Jane for her actions, but I'm just saying.
Is Lisa
Mary
the
Jane-
bipolar one?
Yes.
Okay.
Lisa kills herself in the beginning of the episode.
Oh my God.
So again, not blaming Mary Jane for that. I'm just describing her as the friend that Mary Jane keeps like pushing away. So the episode is about Mary Jane sort of like dealing with that and the funeral and whatever. And it was like definitely a very special episode of Being Mary Jane. So everybody was talking about it, who watches, obviously. And the funeral was quite the situation because Lisa, obviously a troubled person, a lot of crap in her background. And Mary Jane just decided that, like, we need to speak our truth and stop hiding in the shadows and started, like, putting all of Lisa's business out there at the funeral about things that had happened to her when she was younger, like abuse and stuff. So I just thought that was very interesting. So people were very emotional about the episode, and they were like, this is the best episode ever. And they flashed a suicide hotline number for 2 seconds at the end. Not long enough to write it down, by the way. But it's true. She was like, it was literally like, if you need help, please call the hotline. And it was done. I was like, okay, all right. But yeah, so I just thought it was interesting that at the funeral she put all of Lisa's business out there, and I still don't know how I feel about that. But
that's just wrong.
I kind of thought it was.
You don't go to somebody's funeral.
Yeah.
You don't go to their funeral and start spitting hate, spitting that hot fire. And I'm not talking about dope lyrics.
Well, she wasn't spitting fire. The abuser decided to show up for the funeral, even though Mary Jane didn't want him there. I just still thought, okay, that's a little rough in front of everyone to just go
Why don't you just go talk to him, Mary Jane?
Right.
Why don't you just stop being so Mary Jane and do something that you wouldn't normally do and have like some class?
So
stop being somebody else. Maybe be Janet.
Janet.
Janet would talk to him in private.
So that was Tuesday, right after we recorded last week. So I had to bring that up. Okay.
Excuse me, can I tell you about my Tuesday show real quick?
Of course.
Arranged, FYI Network. Everyone should be watching it. Thank you. The episode this week, the Gypsy Council got together to talk to Christian about his relationship with a girl. Can't think of her name. You know that happens to me every week. Anyway, he's like, Christian, what are you going to do about her? Christian Maria, bam, it was a big mess. The Gypsy Council said stay together. Maria says, I'm not coming back. It was awesome.
Is this like the same people that were on last year?
So you might be thinking about Married at First Sight.
No.
You're thinking about Arranged?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
And then they were like 17 and or 18 and 19, and they lived with the parents, and then the mom would like go to restaurants and sell flowers.
Yes, it's the same. No, this is still the same season.
Oh,
it's not over. So they tricked you because what they did is they did a reunion special in the middle, or kind of like a Where Are They Now, or like a. It was weird. It was like a. They had them all come to the sister's house. And they all ate and talked about everything and talked about the show thus far. And so I thought it was over. I thought the season was over. And then this week they have a new episode. So I don't know. I think this was the season finale. But yes, you're on the same season as me. And it's great.
Because I don't like that kid.
No, he's
not mature enough to get married at all.
Christian is horrible. He's 19. He's terrible. Maria, he talks to Maria like she's some sort of piece of meat. She said that. She's like, I'm not coming back because you boss me around. You're disrespectful. I don't like you a lot. And he's like, why would you do this to me? Don't you care about me? I miss you a lot. It's terrible. He's very abusive. But apparently he gets better. So, whatever. I think it might just be for the show. They're looking for some gypsy money. I'm not sure.
Gypsy money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
just like the song. It's like the song.
Like a stereotype waiting to happen.
No, just like the Arab money song. Gypsy money. I was going to go gypsy money. Oh. But I missed the part because you said something. Kind of threw me off. I didn't know you were going to comment.
Sorry about that.
I'm not trying to offend any gypsies. I was going with the song Ron Brown's Arab Money.
Just keep like a checklist.
Okay, well, I really admire the gypsies.
Jamaicans, white men's, white men's,
white men's, Jamaicans, the white men's, the gypsies.
Oh boy!
I'm not gay no more. Sorry,
I live it. That isn't
I don't like men's no more. I will love a woman's.
Did you guys see the pictures with his girlfriend?
Yes. Oh my God! At Starbucks, who is that poor girl?
Like duck face.
Yes, and it was like, how? Okay, sir, you're not gay no more. But look at these photos. You are serving up the twirl, sis.
She's just in on the joke. She has to be.
She being him exactly.
No,
not she being she.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Thursday, Scandal.
Yeah.
We took a leap of faith, I feel, in my spirit.
Okay.
In saying last week that, hey, Scandal gave us something. Yeah. Maybe they're turning around. And they just snapped right back.
Oh, really? You thought so?
What? I thought they snapped back right to where they were. Please.
Oh, okay. Why? Tell us.
Okay. First, Papa Pope. Okay. Yeah. First of all.
Okay.
But let's backtrack a little bit.
Backstory.
No. Olivia and Melly.
Yeah.
She really went to Melly, really. And then she tells Melly, he's the one who killed your son.
At the end, but that was at the end. Okay.
No. Okay. She told him.
Okay.
He killed your son. And then she pivoted and walked away. And yet, at the very end, Melly still chose to get him and Tom out of prison. Who, in their right mind, takes their son's killer?
Because she has a plan.
Right. We know how well her plans work out.
Well, okay, let's not... Well, hold on. Okay, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Give us a second. Hold on. Listen, she got very I'm every woman, okay, after she had that liberating speech, okay? She went in, Fitz was trying to get her down in the dumps, and she was like, no, let me reclaim my power, okay? Let me grab it back. Hell to the no. You're not going to talk to me like that. And then she came in and she gave it to him. She's like, you're the reason. Blah, blah, blah. And then she walked out. He's like, Millie, come back. Slammed the door open. Okay. And she walks down the hall. She's like, I'm every woman. And she's feeling empowered. Okay. And then she's like, you know what? I'm about to take back my life today. I'm going to take back my life today.
By taking my son's killer out of jail and
Because
working
she
with
wants
it.
to be the president. Because she wants to be the president.
Okay.
It's going to work out for her. It's going to work out in her favor. You know why? Because she now has Olivia Pope in her pinky finger. I mean, wait, what did it say? Palm of her hand. Palm of her hand. Not her pinky finger. That's how it's going to work out.
So, Olivia's dad killed the president's son?
Yes.
But it was because he was trying to keep the president elected. Or get him reelected.
Right. But he still killed the son.
Sympathy votes?
Well, yes.
Was it the newborn? Or
No. It was the older son.
The older one.
Like he had him like a
theory or something.
Sense. Yeah.
He gave him like meningitis or something.
Yeah. And killed him. And the only person who knew that was Olivia, probably Jake.
Well, I feel like Jake told Olivia, but that might be wrong.
I forget too, but very few people knew. And obviously Melly did not. And I can't remember. Does Fitz know?
I don't think so. I don't think he does. No, he does not.
Melly was going to say something. So so very few people know. Mm-hmm. And then Olivia decided to tell Melly in trying to get Melly to help her.
But no.
Melly got her dead.
What you missed is she didn't tell her. Yeah, what you missed is she didn't tell her because she wanted her to help. She told her because she was like, you know what? I've already gone down this spiral. This girl ain't going to help me. Let me just give her this juice because I can't die with this secret inside of me. And then she was like, bomb, and then walked away. But
I mean, in that whole scene, Olivia told her. And so now Melly knows this and still chose to whatever. Right. And then they've already killed Jake's person. Like,
well, they killed Jake's person because Papa Pope got out of prison, and Papa Pope found out that woman was trying to get him assassinated in the pen.
I'm glad we brought her in for 2 episodes.
Well, what was she adding anyway?
Right, but I'm glad we threw her in there for 2 episodes just to throw out that he was a married man.
Yeah,
just to kill her.
That's
anyway,
fine. We don't need her. And did you notice how they went back to the Grand Central Station? Or terminal, or wherever they were supposed to go that time at 3 o'clock?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like they were supposed to go, and she stood him up? Mm-hmm. Then she's sitting there, boom, dead. How did you like this one thing, though? How did you like how Jake decided to reclaim his scrotum and not take Olivia Pope's calls? And she's like, Jake.
Oh, yeah.
I really need
clapped.
your help. Can you please? He's like, no, call. Up. He's like, call him. But I really need to call him. I'm hanging up, Olivia. Bam. Hung up in her face. It was great. It was great. He reclaimed his. I'm going to say, what was that from? Different World? Reclaim your. Can't remember. Something about reclaiming something. It was great. I'm probably going to use that for the rest of the show. Anyway, he came back. I liked it. I thought it was a good episode. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
Because you didn't think it was good. And I think you regret the fact that you said what you said the previous week, and I'm sorry that happened.
No, I think people feel the same way, because you know me. I dive on
AV Club, what did they say?
Yep, and same thing. People were like, just when we had hope, they snatched it away. So I don't feel alone.
You know, they always got to kind of... Okay, here's the thing. This is how I feel about it. Okay? I feel a lot of things. This is how I feel about it. I feel like around about this time, they usually bring us up just to take us down. And usually when they take us down, they take us all the way down to a point where we're like, you know what? I'm never watching the show again. Like, we've gotten to that point several times. We're just like, after this episode, I'm never again watching the show. And then we'll watch. But this one was, they took us down, but not far enough down where I've just totally written them off. I'm going to watch next week. You see? That's a different perspective.
I'm going to keep watching because it's sandwiched right in between 2 other shows I watch.
Yeah, but you at least...
You still watch Grey's?
Don't ask me why, but I do.
She can't stop. I think they poisoned her.
I've invested like a decade into Grey's, so...
She feels like it's her child that just can't seem to get right. She keeps watching.
Just keep watching, yeah. Yeah. So...
I know. That's how I sound too.
Right in the middle, so I just stay on that channel. But like, if Scandal was on like maybe Wednesday night or Tuesday night or something, it would be like Empire for me, where I wouldn't DVR it anymore, and I'd maybe watch it on Hulu when I have some free time. Like, I'm still 3 weeks behind on Empire.
Yeah,
I haven't watched.
I'm not watching Empire. Empire is just too. I'm not doing it.
It's too much.
Power or Empire.
It's weird because something happened.
It just was this shit,
and it was just so off.
Yeah,
that it just kind of like
stop telling me. So, How to Get Away with Murder.
Yes.
What were your thoughts?
Woo.
Because I don't remember it, so all you.
Oh, oops.
I just remember that it was good. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Let's see. Frank took the chick to his family's house, which I thought was cute because they were trying to like do this relationship thing. It opens.
Like they're really trying to drive in that ethnic family.
Yeah, the Italians.
Yeah, with everyone sitting in the house.
I love Italians.
Yeah.
I love Italians. I don't have anything there to say to add them to the list. Yeah, so
you don't have an Italian accent?
No, it's so terrible. I'm not even going to try. I only do ones that are fairly decent. Like my Jamaican one, I could probably take that to the bank. I won't get a lot of money for it, but at least a little something.
Stood out for you in this episode.
I was about to give it to you.
Yeah.
It opens with Frank and what's-her-face involved in some sexual activitas.
Of course.
And then Kayla.
Did we see butt? No, we didn't, right? It's ABC.
No, you saw a little bit of that. What is that little thing here where little muscles on the side that go down to the panty line? Mm-hmm. Can I play with your panty line? Anyway, that came to me.
You know.
I'm sorry, real quick. Isn't that the worst part of the song, though? Can I play with your panty line? Would you let anybody who sounds like that even think about coming anywhere near your panty line?
No.
He's like, can't get a glove like 50, 11 times. And he said, you came to the club 50, 11 times. Then he's like, can I play with your panty line? It's like, excuse me, sir. Just because you've seen me 50 to 11 times doesn't mean you get to automatically assume you can play my panty line next. Anyway, backstory. That wasn't backstory at all. Okay, back to where we were talking about. Sorry. How to Get Away with Murder. Kayla read Wes because Wes was like, but don't you guys think there's something going on? Blah, 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 blah. And Kayla's like, shut up. You need to stop tripping. That's when I started liking her on this episode. Kayla read him, and then the other two were there. Let's see what else happened. Annalise.
The other two were there. That's cute. Oh, yeah. I know what did it for me, actually. The end where the gay guys are being watched on the computer.
Yeah, that's what I was about to go to.
That's what everyone is predicting. Everyone's been predicting that this guy is going to get killed because he's not a cast member.
Which one?
He's the boyfriend.
No, he's going to stay alive.
We'll see.
He's going to stay alive. He's going to stay alive.
Wishful thinking, or you actually think that?
No, I just want him to. I really like him.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters, I like him kind of the most.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay, go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
That's what people have kind of suspected, like, part of why he won't get hired. He's not really a cast member. Like, you know, if this were a horror movie, he'd be the first to go. So now we're kind of feeling like he's the hacker. He's being watched. Somebody may come after him. So we'll see.
Well, but not true. Like not true about who will be the first to go in a horror movie. I mean, we all know it'd be Wes.
No. I'm saying if this if this was a little horror movie universe, but we know that Wes would be the first one to go if it was.
Yeah, he'd be the third. He'd be the third. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be the third to go. Okay, what else did I like? Annalise going to Nate and trying to give him those peach cobblers after he found out the wife was dead. And he's like, I gave my wife the pills. And then I got in the bed with her. And then I clenched her. And I felt her last breath.
Wow.
You'll never know what that
Nothing
feels
like that.
You'll never know love like that. Yeah. I was like,
I don't even watch the show, and I know that was not how it happened. Like,
that was totally how it happened, Stephanie. But that's what he said, though. He said those lines. You'll never know a love like that. And they're both crying, and she's trying to drop off this peach cobbler. And then Wes comes over. And then who else?
Which is store-bought, I'm sure, because when is Annalise going to make a peach cobbler?
Oh, my gosh. She put it in her own courting wear. That was her own courting wear from home.
Yeah, that her maid.
She's a handmaid.
How do we know?
I don't know.
When does she eat?
What?
When does she eat? She
ate that stuff when she was recording that stuff on her little dictaphone or whatever it's called, a little handheld recorder.
Anyway,
remember?
Bonnie, you were saying?
Bonnie has since been reinstated, right? Because Annalise was like, no, Bonnie, you did. Because you remember we talked about for the past 2 weeks, like Bonnie has been getting like basically terrorized.
Well, Bonnie's always in trouble, but Bonnie has not been on the outs in a long time.
Well, but this time Annalise gave her some praise. Oh, this was the episode, the transgender woman that killed the husband.
Oh, yeah.
Because the husband was beating her. You didn't like that storyline?
Didn't give me anything. I mean,
no, it didn't either.
What? She killed
him. Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly. What I was interested in, Kayla and the adopted son, possible relationship, because the sister recorded on the iPad. It's going to cause some problems, though, because the sister and the brother are supposed to be in love. But I guess not, because the brother's like, hey, what's up? When are we going to start hooking up and going out on dates? Because I heard you broke up with Levi, the drug dealer, who's now in Atlanta or in Georgia or something because of his drugs.
No, he's just not there. It's fine.
Other piece that I was interested in, last thing I'll say, with the end part, when we saw Frank in the hospital, like, don't let her die, don't let her, that was maybe the beginning, I can't remember, don't let her die, don't let her die, and then he runs out and looks to make sure that he's underneath the camera, and he resumes to normal behavior, and in the back seat is the little Asian adopted sister, and then he takes her out and dumps her in the woods, but then I thought she was dead, but then she's alive. What?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
It's gonna be great. I'm loving it. I'm bop, sticking with it.
Wow. Okay. Anything for you on the 90 Day Fiancé front?
That's on Sunday. Are we on
Right.
Sunday yet?
We're on Sunday now, but we still have like 6 shows.
Oh my God.
Not really, but
I feel so rushed. Let me see. Oh God. Oh, okay.
Ew, that was inappropriate. We can save that for after because I'm sure we can say plenty about the leftovers.
I have a question about the 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
Are we buying that any of these people are really in love? Like, I have not seen this show.
Okay.
So I'm asking you, Randy.
Yes.
Are any of these people really in love? Or is this all about a green card hustle?
Okay. You are well within your rights to ask that question. Now, let me just give you a brief lowdown. On this season, Kyle and Noon. Kyle is from New Orleans, 27. Noon is from Thailand. She's like 26 or something. Their relationship, super real. Why? She comes to New Orleans. There's cockroaches all over the place. She's still living in this house. She's kissing on this guy. They're living with his roommate in the shotgun house. No privacy. She's still very much there. He really loves her, vice versa. This other couple, one guy's like 39, chick's 22. I don't really know there. He's been married before. He's cheated on her several times, and they're having issues with her K-1 visa. So I think she might be kind of in love, but maybe not. And then there's a Mormon dude and this chick from Czech Republic or Russia or something. I think their love is real, but she's having a hard time adopting because she's now a Mormon. And so she's in this place called, like, I don't know, Mormontown, Pennsylvania or something. I don't know where they live. But anyway, no, Idaho, somewhere in Idaho. She's having a really good hard time adjusting to, like, no alcohol, no see-through shirts, all this other kind of stuff. But I think they're in love too. Now, two couples that I don't think are in love, okay? One, Mark and Nikki. Okay, watch this. Watch this. This girl is 19. This man, 58. Wait, or is he 68?
Did you hear my gas?
Or is he 68? I don't know. It's like what would be 40 years age difference? 48? Yeah. 49. 50. Something. He's old, okay? He's in his he's 58. That's it. He's 58. Yeah, so 40-year age difference. So anyway, they're like, he had a wife previously from the Philippines. This girl's from the Philippines, okay? Had a wife previous from the Philippines. And this girl, Nikki's 19. She's coming over. She's the same age. No, he has a daughter that's older than this chick, okay? And then he's like telling Nikki about his ex-wife and all this kind of stuff. Don't believe it. Then the one that really got, this is where I'm going to spend a little time here. So, Melanie DeVar. Melanie's a white lady from some town in Pennsylvania that I've never ever heard of, okay? Small town. And then this dude DeVar is from Jamaica, 28, right? So, they meet at a resort. He's a lifeguard. Watch this. So, at first, I thought they would maybe had a chance, okay, as I'm watching this episode. But then this last episode, they go to visit his mother, who lives, like, in Maryland somewhere. And she, of course, kind of takes a little issue because, you know, Jamaican culture or something, I guess, around black and white mixing, okay? So she takes a little issue with it, but he's like, he can make his own choice. Then, as they're sitting at the table, we find out that DeVar was currently in process of applying for a visa, but the visa that he applied for takes too long. But then, all of a sudden, he meets Melanie. So he drops that visa, and he applies for a K-1 visa that accelerates the whole thing, and within 6 months, he'll have his visa. So now his mom can apply for visas for the other children and he doesn't have to be on a sponsored visa. And he's like, well, you know, it just so happened that I met, it just so happened that I met Melanie, and she's the girl of my dreams, so it's not nothing about the visa. And then she's like, I don't care what my friends and family say. I mean, I really love him, and he loves me, and we got engaged, like, within 20 days of meeting each other, but that doesn't matter, because he makes me happy, and I love DeVar. And that's kind of how it went.
Wow.
So, I'm going to say 2 of the couples so far are a little sketchy for me. Possibly 3. But the last season was a little worse. Nah, about the same. I lie. About the same. 2 to 3.
Wow. So, that really makes me want to watch. I'm really interested in this whole
This one's pretty good. This one is the last one. I mean, this is my second season watching 90 Day Fiancé. I didn't watch season 1, but I've been on season 2 and season 3, and I think it's for a TLC show because I used to be an avid 19 Kids and Counting type of watcher. But, you know, Scandal.
I remember,
Scandal, okay, and all this. I can't, molestation, Ashley Madison business. I'm really still trying to figure out if I'm going to watch something in Still Counting or something. I don't know, but Still Counting is a new show coming on with the 2 girls. I really don't. I'm having trouble with it, okay? So I needed a new TLC show, and this really seals the deal for me. It's not new. I've been watching it, but it's my thing. So that's that. That's that. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. It actually made me want to kind of watch it, maybe, sort of.
Oh my gosh. That's success for today. I can go take a nap. You guys keep recording. I'll take a nap.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have to talk about the leftovers now.
Okay, I'll wait.
Randy, did you watch? Because I know Stephanie did.
Duh, I watched.
Oh, good. Cool.
All right.
You like how that's now a thing, though? But I'm like, duh, I watch when it used to be like, watch what?
Yeah.
So, the leftovers this week was another one of the episodes that they do every so often where they focus on one character. Brandy, the question for you is, did you see last season when they focused on Matt last time and he got carjacked? Not carjacked, but like robbed.
Last season?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I didn't watch any of that except to know that I want to be a guilty remnant for Halloween.
So
you just started watching this season?
Yes.
No. She watched last season but gave up very quickly.
No. I watched one episode, 30 minutes, and then I gave up.
That's what I'm saying. She watched last season and gave up.
But you said last season, like I watched more than one show.
No. I just mean like you watched part of last season.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I watched one episode.
So there was an episode that focused on Matt last time, and he was trying to save his church. He was out of money, and he went gambling to Atlantic City or something, I assume, since they were in New York, and he ended up winning a ton of money. And I'm always nervous for characters on TV, so I'm like, oh no, stop gambling, you're gonna lose it all. He walks out of there with a ton of money. I kept thinking he was gonna get like jacked right then and there. He makes it all the way back to Mapleton, and then what happens? Stephanie,
actually he did get
jacked?
Yeah, like in the parking lot. The guy, the girlfriend came knocking on the window, like, hey, give us $10 or whatever. And he was
but something else happened too, right?
When he was in the parking lot at the casino, and the guy that was cheering him on at the roulette table was like, give us some money. Mm-hmm. And then they tried to jack him, but he like went ham.
Right.
And got away. And then when he made it back to town. When he gets
back to town, wasn't he trying to help somebody and he got jacked?
The guilty remnant.
Yes.
Those losers.
He was trying to help the guilty remnant. Yes, he was trying to help the guilty remnant and he got jacked. So he's like this what Stephanie and I were talking about last night is like, he definitely is a man of convictions and he sticks to them. And he tries to help people and bad crap keeps on happening to him every time he tries to be helpful. And yet he keeps on being helpful because that's like who he is and who he thinks he needs to be. So that was last season. So this season, you watched last week's episode, Brandy. So you know, he was telling his sister that she had her, like his wife had her moment of clarity and whatever. So now he has bad luck again. Like, I just feel like
it's not bad luck.
He steps into these situations.
He does. Okay.
No, it's not bad luck at all. Stepping into them. It is the Lord. The Lord. No, the Lord is testing him. Don't you see? He made it all biblical. Did you see how he did that? He made
it biblical.
Yeah, he brought it full circle. So it's not a bad stepping into bad situation, bad luck. It's all a test. Because you remember he's all like, God, what does this mean? What are you trying to show me? And then he got knocked the heck out. And then his wife starts talking again. And then he's like, I'll get him inside. And the Indian guy's like, take her inside. The baby needs to be inside the village.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very...
not exactly like that.
You guys are missing it. I mean, are you guys watching?
Very fascinating.
Are you guys watching the script?
Episode even started, I was already overwhelmed. Because it's like, we've known from season 1, season 2, we know that he takes care of his wife. But it's like, it really made me think like, oh my God, could I do that for someone every day? I mean, he literally takes care of her every need, every single day. And, you know, we find out that he's doing this stuff in a certain way because he's trying to replicate that day.
Yeah, I got real creeped out about that.
But even so, even without that weirdness, every day he is still bathing her, feeding her, carrying her around. He's still doing all of that stuff. I was overwhelmed before the credits began. And then, seriously, for 30 seconds, I thought, is this whole episode going to be him?
Oh my God. I thought the same thing. I was like, why didn't Alaia tell me that this whole episode was going to be him emptying these pee bags and putting smoothie in her stomach? And putting smoothie in her stomach. I mean, does he feed her anything else outside of that smoothie? Because that is not enough nutrients and vitamins.
That is what...
No, that's what it exactly is.
It's It's what? It's stuff. It's like enough. Is it like protein and stuff?
Yeah, it's nutrients, but what he's doing with that routine.
No, I got that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what he fed her that day. So he's
okay, but
trying to
hopefully,
do everything the
can
same
he give her something else too, though? Like a little, because I mean, it's a banana.
Well,
I mean, okay.
Now he's not
going to give her anything.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which is so frustrating because, like, his sister has a baby. She has a sleepwalking husband or fiance or whatever, boyfriend, and a teenager, and a new town, and a house that's falling apart. And it's like, here, take my
wife,
who's a vegetable, and
she doesn't have, and we lost her wheelchair.
Yes.
So figure out how to get her around.
Right.
Just a heads up, she can't really get around anymore. We lost her wheelchair, so.
And I want you to do that because I'm going to go back out into the wilderness and expose my anteater and stay up there.
So, Brandy, if you saw,
is that what you're calling it? An anteater?
That's
what we
saying,
Stephanie?
Like. I think it was uncircumcised.
Oh my god! I believe you're right.
It was. I rewinded a couple times.
I didn't have the balls.
Well, the first time you're always
pause, pause. You rewind. Why would you want to see that again?
So the first time, I wasn't sure I saw it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there are so many close calls, like in the affair, where you're not sure if you actually saw some junk or whatever. Okay. So I'm like, did they really show us this junk? And then I'm obsessed now with figuring out if these things are prosthetics or not, because supposedly sometimes male actors, they're like using prosthetics. So I'm like, okay, women show their real boobs, which are supposedly not sex organs. And then the dudes wear prosthetics. Okay. So now I try to like play this game of like, is it real or is it not real? So I had to rewind it to make sure that there was an anteater. And then I had to like watch it a couple more times to like see like, is it a prosthetic or is it like the real thing?
But wait a minute.
He's British, so it's probably real.
Okay, wait a minute.
Which is
they're
a
okay
fail.
with nudity.
How are you going to watch it a couple times and be able to determine if it's a prosthetic or not? You have to like touch it. Like you can't look at it and be like, prosthetic.
I thought maybe there was some kind of. I don't know.
It's gonna look real because I mean, it's prosthetic. The magic
Hollywood. HBO. They have the budget for
it's gonna look a good prosthetic.
Because if it was a prosthetic,
so I can't.
Then it should have been circumcised. Because if his dad was a Presbyterian preacher or whatever, he would have been circumcised. Like, that just did, I don't know. And he was American, he would have been circumcised.
She went back to the Presbyterian preacher.
I'm
maybe his father was from a naturalist church.
No, because he would have believed in the covenant.
I know, you're exactly right.
Do all Protestants still circumcise their kids? Because isn't there this whole movement now of not doing it?
I think in America, yeah.
I have no idea.
It's like a big deal.
But the fact that you were over here, like, and then you're talking about because he's British. What does that have to do with him?
They don't circumcise that much in Europe, right?
Yeah, supposedly not so much.
Yeah.
Which saddens me because I feel like it's in my destiny that I'm not going to end up with an American man. And if I do end up with a man, he'll be foreign. And that means the odds of...
Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Idris was born in London, wasn't he? Oh, my God. Well, I mean, he's not my boo anymore, but there's still cause for concern. Okay, I'll calm down. All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Nobody wants to see that.
Sorry, Stephanie. You were talking.
No, yeah. Okay. I have like the opposite reaction that I had 2 weeks ago when we saw Matt's son and Liv Tyler. I was like, oh. When we saw
I reminded
him,
that one a couple times too.
Yeah, that was nice. I was like, oh, I'm here for this. Last night, I was like, oh my God, I'm blind.
That's the same reaction I had. Like,
it's not right.
When he was walking up and about to get into the stacks, I was like, oh, come on. At least they let him keep his pants on. So that was my hope, okay?
I couldn't believe they made him take his bandage off. That's how I knew he was going to be, like, completely naked. Because he had, like, a broken wrist.
Oh, they made it? I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah, his bandages were gone.
Well, I saw him walking up that ladder, okay, and then I saw that butt. Then I was like, oh, no, they're going to show it. And then when they showed it, I was like, God, like that. And I did not want to, I saw enough, okay? I didn't need to rewind. I want to see the
other guy whose place he took. They showed his earlier.
They showed his too much.
Yeah. I think that in shows, they're much more likely to show minor, quote-unquote, insignificant people's stuff. Like, even when I'm watching, I was telling Brandy, I spent a lot of time watching Spartacus over the last couple weeks. And, you know, you see like Lucy Lawless's full frontal, but the male lead, like her husband, you don't see him. You don't really see the guy playing Spartacus, but all the minor characters, their nudity is just paraded and thrown around all over the place. And I think it's kind of the same thing with, you know, shows like this, where it's no big deal to like just have some random guy up there whose name we don't know, like seeing him naked. But, you know, are we going to see Justin Theroux's junk exposed on this show? Probably not. Gray sweatpants are the closest we're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And can I be quite honest with you? I don't need to see anyone's junk, really.
I don't
television.
either.
Like, I could do without.
Either, but if you're going to show it to me, I'm going to investigate.
Okay, Detective Williams.
Like I'm just
Detective Williams on the beat.
Like, I'm just fine not
I don't need to see
knowing
it.
what
No
Justin
thanks.
Theroux was packing.
No
But
thanks.
if they eventually show it to me, I will rewind several times because I do find him to be an attractive man and I need to know what's going on if they're going to show it. Just saying.
Okay, I don't need them. I don't need any of them. Thank you.
So next week, I think we're going to get more Murphys, and we need to figure out what's going on with this John Murphy character because he's really pissing me off.
John Murphy is ruthless.
I don't understand.
He is.
He's so angry.
He's very angry.
Something must have happened to him. Somebody must have hit him with something. Or did he really go to prison?
Assaulted in prison, yeah. And
Okay,
how
so
does
he
he get
really
out of prison and now he's like the fire captain?
I don't
Burning
know.
up people's houses. Tormenting Eddie Winslow.
Fahrenheit 411. Or no.
451.
I'm smarter than this. Yes, I'm smarter than this. I promise.
I was about to be like, bim, ba-doom, bim, bim, bim.
I did.
Hey, yo, what's the 411, hon? I got it going on. Oh, my love is on the hand. Okay, sorry, I'm done.
Ooh, okay.
That's I had to do that for Stephanie.
Huh?
I had to do that for you, Stephanie, so you feel great about yourself.
Thank you.
I was going to rap, too, but Alaia's not ready.
So Stephanie doesn't watch The Affair yet, but did you watch last night,
Stephanie,
Randy?
you did not watch?
I'm trying to get her to watch.
What's going on?
Well, I watched
Said
the
she fell
first
asleep.
episode, and then in the second episode, I fell asleep.
Okay. Was it too late for you, or?
No, I'm just old, and
Okay.
so sometimes
A little
I
narcolepsy? That's okay. I have a little midday
No.
narcolepsy as well.
No, so I need to know, like, do I just need to get past this part, and then
Yes.
it'll all come alive, and
We loved
I don't mind getting
last
back
season.
into it.
Wait, question. Are you on season 1 or 2?
She's on season 1.
I'm season 1. 'cause
Oh, just push through. Push through.
Push through.
Okay.
Push
Okay.
through. It'll get better. Push through. I had the same. Let me tell you something. If I'm telling you this, you can trust because I've got problems with all kind of shows.
Yeah.
So push on through.
Push through.
Mhm.
Push through.
I was excited to see not Dawson, not
Pacey.
Dawson.
Pacey.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she calls him
Dawson's
not
Creek, 'cause
Dawson.
He was looking
Yeah,
hot.
she calls him not Dawson.
Not Dawson
So-
is looking pretty good this go round.
Well, okay, so in the interest of wanting Stephanie to watch and not getting too
Not gonna say it.
spoilerish,
Well, I really
and
want to talk about
no.
all this, but
we can still talk about some things.
We'll talk.
You know, obviously, you know, she and her husband are gonna fall apart because they're having an affair. So that's no secret. So I will say this. My first thought when he went to that woman's house yesterday was that he was male prostituting to pay bills. I didn't realize he was just
Messing around with that woman. Bad
Right.
choice. And you know, can I tell you one thing that
like some nasty looking for lady.
Well, here's my problem with it. So, her kind of, how do I do this without shaming someone's breast? Okay, let me just come out with it then. Her breast kind of looked like, one of her breasts was like a crazy eye that kind of rolled around and the other one was static. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, one of them was like roll. It was just like, it was just too much. Something was wrong, all of it. The whole proportionate thing, it was just, all of it was like, it just was, her
Is it
whole...
like a bad boob job? Because you know you.
Yeah, that's what it kind of. It just was like. Well, my problem was this. I just felt like she didn't need to be nude. There was something about her
No,
to
she
me that
didn't
just
need-
didn't need to be nude. It was like, and she was just standing there for so long. And I was just like, you know, I get fixated on things, Alaia. Stephanie, you don't know that about me,
Yeah.
but I get fixated on certain things. And I was like, something here is wrong. Like I was looking at it, not trying to like shame someone's body because mine's not anatomically perfect. Okay, I probably have a cross-eyed boob as well, but it just kind of. I'm not on TV. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the scrutiny of the world. And so I'm just looking, I'm like, something here is wrong. And I couldn't stop being fixated on it. And then she was nude the whole time. Okay, maybe it was the strange vaginal trimming she had. I don't know what's going on. But it was something about her just wasn't working for me. And I was glad when things happened with her. And by things, I mean, you know, I don't want to ruin it. That's all. Thank you, Alaia.
yeah. So
Alaia obviously wasn't fixated on this
there was
woman
that,
like I was.
and I thought, well, first of all, I thought she was a client, so I wasn't really I didn't realize he was doing what he was doing. I thought he was a male prostitute. So, yeah. So Allison's story was interesting. And I felt like when she was doing physical therapy with the dude, I had to fast forward to the second half of the scene because I knew where it was going.
I did not. I was horrified.
I'm like, I don't like this territory we're getting into.
I was horrified.
And so dude gets a boner and I'm just upset.
Was it like a happy ending?
No. She's literally doing physical therapy, but she's
just stretching his leg. And she's just talking to him. She's talking to him very graphically, though, about her relationship with Noah. And she has inappropriate clothing on, Alaia. You could see her whole bra, basically. Like, here's the thing, girl. She goes to these people's house with these Daisy Dukes on. She's supposed to be a professional assistant. Yeah. She goes with these Daisy Dukes on. I'm not trying to shame the woman at all, but...
No, I totally agree.
I mean, she goes with these Daisy Dukes on. Then she has on this strange top that shows this huge amount of, like, cleavage and her
lace bra. So the bra
and all of it. Yeah, and, like, all of it is just very much so exposed. And it's like you're supposed to be a little bit more covered up for this type. You're not going to the beach or something. You're going to
the waitress?
Yes.
Yes. So, okay, so without giving away too much, let's just say there's this married couple and she works for them. So she's helping the wife with some work and the wife is being a little testy. And the wife ends up firing her because she's a sucky assistant and probably because she doesn't like the way Allison is presenting herself. Again, we've just talked about her appearance. So her husband is injured and Allison, being a patient person and being a nurse in a former life, she helps him with his physical therapy. She has been keeping in this secret that she and Noah were having an affair. He guesses that. He figures it out. He doesn't figure it out.
She asked him. She asked him, did he have an affair? And so he starts talking. And so then she starts talking about how they met. And so he's like, I figured it was something going on because of the lighthouse. He kind of gets to it. Yeah.
So she's doing these leg exercises, and I can figure out the scene is so long. But what upsets me is, in the previous weeks, they've set him up, for the most part,
as being some kind of creeper.
No. So he was only a creeper in that one scene. Every other time, he's been very, like, supportive, almost like father figure-like. Like, she confessed, she talked about her son dying, and... he was very much like, it's not your fault, this and that, and does no one know how you feel? And he just, like, you kind of got this feeling like, okay, he's either going to be a terrific kind of ally for her, like, 'cause she needs someone in her corner, or he's going to be a sleazeball. And I just didn't want it to be a sleazeball because I feel like Allison needs somebody in her corner. And not that he went full-on sleazeball. But anyway... Yeah, while doing the physical therapy thing, he, like, got a boner, and Allison was like, I'm gonna bounce now. And then she ends up getting fired later that day. So, all that to say, all I was trying to say was, I was upset just because I wanted her to have an ally. I thought it was an interesting choice to not have Noah in the episode at all, except when we're hearing his voiceover. But I can tell you, I didn't miss him at all.
He's been a jerk.
Yes.
He's been a jerk, and I could do without him.
And the minute she got on that train, I knew she was going back to Montauk, and that's all I will say.
Well, no. The minute she went on a train to go to New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephanie, this is not a ruin. I don't think this is a ruin.
No, it's okay.
I think this is a spoiler. But she has the nerve to go to the home of the woman whose husband she's having an affair with and knocks on the door and doesn't say, hey girl, what's up? Hope everything's going well. Brought you some cookies and a little slice of pie. She's like, where's Noah? I need to see him. Where is he? And I'm like, excuse me? And so the thing that shocked me most was not that this was a story from Helen's perspective, but that this was a story from Allison's perspective. So from Allison's perspective, she was a dummy. She was a dummy.
And
Allison's her own story in her News Radio. A dummy.
The girl from News Radio, right?
Yeah. I don't know who's with.
I know her from ER, but yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it was terrible. I mean, it just didn't make any sense. And then Cole. I love Cole. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I love Cole, and Allison needs to get her act together. But you know what? Let me just be honest. She doesn't deserve him. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. So I thought it was a good episode. I'm looking forward to Helen finally telling off her mother next week because
is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, okay. I've had about enough of her mother. like way more than enough. And there was something else. Oh, I feel like I don't know about you, but I clapped when I saw Oscar in the final scene.
Yeah, I was like, I thought he was dead, so I'm glad he's alive. I mean, you know, I thought he was dead. I've said that like 30 times from previous episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring up one point, then I'll stop talking. This is one, and I think this is something we can all chime in on. So, what I find very interesting in these shows, and this may be true to life, but I find very interesting in these shows with these affairs, how these couples who have had the affairs act, behave, think, feel, believe that they are entitled to folks accepting their arrangement or said relationship, that their rationale is valid, and that everything should just go smoothly for them.
Oh, because love made me do it. Right?
Right.
Basically.
Yeah. I mean, that just really, like, I'm really feeling very conflicted, though, by watching all these shows, these people that are having affairs on them, because I'm like, I don't like affairs at all. Like, I think it's ridiculous, and it makes me so angry to watch these people. They're like, we just fell in love. It's like, oh, that's very responsible.
But at least the good thing about this show is their lives are crap. You know, like at least their lives are miserable.
Agreed.
And it's not like they're
making it some sort of fairy tale. Yeah, agreed. I just think it's ridiculous, though. Like, we were just in love. I mean,
it's like a morality tale. Like, don't do this or you're going to die. Your life is going to...
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I like it because it doesn't make them... Nobody is the good guy. It isn't heavy-handed with the morality thing. Like, don't have an affair. Usually when I watch The Affair, it just makes me think, don't get married and don't have children. Like, it's actually more of a cautionary tale for marriage and children than it is for affairs, from my point of view. I don't know. Those kids are awful.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway.
I think that's what I said in my first episode. I was like, I blame the kids.
Even in the...
I saw that kid, like, fake hang himself, and he's like, oh, I thought you'd be proud. And I was like, oh, this is why this man is dipping out. Like,
it was so funny because I was reading, like, an AV Club article last week, and people are like, oh, the kid, you know, and Martin, and I'm like, Martin was a jerk before his father had an affair. Like, these kids were awful before the affair actually started. And I'm like, in the first episode, this kid pretends to hang himself and thinks that that's funny. These kids, maybe their lives were further screwed up by the affair. I mean, that's for sure. But at least the older two were screwed up before that. The youngest one, she's going to be in the messed up pile soon. But I don't know. 4 kids is a lot.
Yeah. By yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Any kids by yourself. Any kids is a lot by yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I thought it would be a special treat for Stephanie to talk about The Walking Dead, because I know we have listeners that watch The Walking Dead, but neither one of us do.
I heard it's been awesome, and somebody died and everything, and people were really sad and all this.
Don't people die all the time on that show?
No, but like somebody was really important. I think it was an Asian dude.
Yeah, some Glenn from like episode 1 who saved Rick when Rick triumphantly came into Atlanta and discovered the hell that it was. So we are still holding on because he wasn't on The Talking Dead, which is the show that recaps afterwards, which used to be a half hour, but the show is so great that they made it an hour.
Is it really that good?
Yeah, like they have so much to talk about The Walking Dead that The Talking Dead is now an hour.
Wow.
Yes. So, yes, usually when a character dies on The Walking Dead, that character is on, the actor is on The Talking Dead afterwards. So... he is not. Steven was not on the episode. He was in the memorandum, because they have a memorandum every week of all the folks who died. And he was in it, but it was like, tell us it isn't so. And the guy that directs and does all the special effects, I forgot his name right now. But anyways, he wrote a letter saying that we'll see Glenn again in some form, some piece of him somehow. So there's still hope. We're hoping that the guy that fell on top of him, that pushed him down off of the thing where the zombies were attacking, is the one that got ate, and somehow he was able to ninja move, somehow escape. That's the hope and the prayer that we're all holding on to. But because I was so done. I was like, 10 minutes after I saw that, I was like, fucking Walking Dead, and, I'm sick of this shit on my Facebook page, and, like, scaring all of my older relatives. I'm like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. This TV show has my life. Anyway, so...
you do get emotional about that show.
I do get very emotional. Like, before this, because I wasn't sure if you guys want to talk about it or not, I watched last night's episode. So I was like in tears from last night's episode. And it was a complete flashback to this guy played by Lenny James, who I adore. He plays this character, Morgan, who's also in the first episode. And he's only been in a handful of episodes, like less than 5. But his character is so integral somehow for someone who doesn't have that much screen time. And it was a 90-minute episode all about how he's become this sort of, not a pacifist, but he's following Aikido, which now I want to take up all the way, where the philosophy is all life matters, and so you don't kill anything. And it was just so beautiful. And I was so sad. And I was just like, this is amazing. And oh my gosh, I totally understand. And now I want to get a stick and start like evading moves so I don't have to go off and kill people. Because that's like
wow.
The philosophy behind like this martial art is like to evade, to move out the way so you don't hurt the other person and they don't hurt you, when you respect their life and they go on to live. And it was just amazing. And like his mentor, I don't want to spoil it, but I guess it's okay. I don't know. His mentor taught him this, ended up dying at the end because he got bit. And it was just beautiful to see what he's come to, because the show gets a little bit of flack because all of the black male characters on the show arrive to be pacifists, and they end up dying as a result. This has happened to several of the black male characters on the show. And so to see Morgan transition into this, but in a way that we see his journey to getting to this place of peace and I'm not killing, it just made a lot of sense to me. And I thought it gave some validation into his strength as opposed to his weakness that a lot of people are trying to say it is. So that's my Walking Dead for the day. Questions, concerns, watch, everyone.
I'm sorry that they're dead and they're walking.
Yeah, it's a really horrible place to live.
I hope you have time to heal before next week, so you can rip the wounds open again.
I like binge watched the first 3 seasons because I was like, I'm not watching a show about zombies. And
that's how I feel, which is why I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Then I have nightmares, so I have to watch it while the sun's still out. Otherwise,
daylight saving time is upon us, so you better hurry up.
Nightmares, yeah.
Night falls at 5 o'clock now, so.
Right. That's why I watched last night's this morning, or this afternoon, so there we go.
I can't watch scary things, so maybe I can't watch that.
I'm not really into scary.
Yeah, it's scary, but it's, because I'm not into horror, but it's heartfelt at the same time.
It's scary, heartfelt?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's amazing how they do it. It's poetry.
That's too much for my emotions.
It's very emotional.
I have a really one-track. I have a kind of one-track mind.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Poetry. That's deep, though.
That was pretty deep.
It's very deep.
I feel like I want to play bongos.
Oh, my God. Okay. Last show.
What?
We have one more show.
It's in pop culture.
What show are we talking about?
Fargo.
Oh, God. Okay, I'll just be over here.
So, Stephanie, how are you feeling about this season of Fargo? Since we recorded late last week, that said, I already kind of talked about it last week, but I had no one to talk with. I was just talking at Brandy. So, what do you think of this season of Fargo?
I am in love with this season of Fargo. Thank you, Alaia, for pointing out to me that Molly is the little girl, and I was like, duh! You know, because I'm horrible with names. I have no idea who anyone's
you and
name
Brandy
is on this show.
Have that in common. It's okay.
I just know that I am in love with this.
You don't have to worry about people's names. It's okay.
Kristen Dunst and her like crazy sociopathic behavior, and they're like, who's gonna drive home with a Kittredge in the windshield? And she's like, let me just sweep my little hair over here in the corner, because that's what I did.
And I am still trying to find that scene with Mike and Lou for Brandy to watch, since Brandy knows who the black guy is.
Bokeem Woodbine. Who did? My goodness! What you should have said that. Bokeem Woodbine is like the ultimate.
I only know him from Fargo. I mean, like once I looked him up, once I Googled him and saw older pictures of him with no hair, like without the 70s hair, I recognized him. But seeing him, I'm like, he looks like fat Dave Chappelle and sounds like him too. And I had no idea who he was. But like I said, once I Googled him, I was like, oh, I've seen his face. But that scene with him and Patrick Wilson, I had to watch that twice. And there was no nudity.
I did too. It was brilliant.
It was,
and he was like
brilliant.
He's like, you guys, you're so polite or something. Or he's like, but you're not really.
Yeah, I forget what he said. Like, I hate you, but I forget. But I won't even ask Brandy to watch like a whole episode of this show. I just want to find that scene and have her watch that. Really good scene. There were a couple good scenes. The face-off with the Gearharts was also good on their land, ranch, estate, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I just think right now, I think it's the best use of music on television. People are telling me that the Nick has better music, but I have not watched the Nick yet. But like the music
does have good music.
Really? Yeah, I guess I have to try watching that. But the music is brilliant. The acting is brilliant. Great cast. I'm really loving it, and I'm excited to watch tonight's episode.
Yeah. I did not like Bokeem because Jason's lyric, he was evil.
He was terrible.
But I have totally developed a crush on him from this episode of Fargo. Like, this whole season of Fargo. I have a mad crush on him now. I am in love with him. That's all.
That's a lot to say, Stephanie.
Yeah, I mean, he's so brilliant. He's brilliant. And he's, like, smooth. He just delivers these lines.
Really? I find that hard to believe. But
I have to watch.
I just know him from Jason's lyric.
Yeah. Jason's lyric, he was a mess.
The worst.
A mess.
He was a total mess. And that was the point.
Yeah.
I just want to bring something up really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours ago, Alaia ate candy corn.
I did. Are you looking at my Instagram?
And that's a sin.
You looking at my Instagram?
It's a sin against humanity.
I'm going to go get some right
delicious. Now. Why is it such a controversy?
Yes!
Candy corn is delicious.
No,
I'm not taking it out. Because once you start eating it, you will get sick. It's delicious.
I feel like somebody I can't remember who it was, but they said something like candy corn is like a mix between despair and sadness. Oh, no. It's this picture I have. And it's a picture of a piece of candy corn, and it says, I taste like sadness. And I agree.
Not true.
Candy corn is disgusting. It's just a bunch of sugar. It doesn't taste like anything but a bunch of sugar. All right, I'm done.
That's not helping your case. Like,
yeah, it's really not.
But it's not good tasting sugar. It's just like a bunch of granules all come. Anyway, all right, friends. Sorry, I'm done.
She doesn't realize that this does nothing to dispel.
Every time I eat it, it makes me feel like I want to hurl all over the place. And I have to say it like that. Hurl. Anyway, sorry.
So, candy corn, Fargo. I'm excited for tonight.
It's on tonight?
Yes.
Yes, Monday nights on FX.
I watched The Voice.
I watched Fargo.
That's sacrilege.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, well, I'll find something else to do then.
No, you can still watch The Voice, but to say like, oh, I can't watch Fargo because I'm watching The Voice, that's just...
Yeah, that's whack.
Okay, I really don't understand. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I was about to say maybe...
We're going to find that scene and send it to you so you can see how...
Yeah, that probably would be a good idea because I was going to say maybe one day I'll watch it, but I know that's a lie.
If we can just find that scene for you, it's one of the final scenes, so to ask you to sit through the whole hour, I know.
Oh, well, I could just fast forward then. Just tell me the timestamp.
Okay.
Tell me the timestamp.
I can do that.
Fast forward. I know you know timestamps. I think you like save them for yourselves. For future. I feel like Alaia has a notebook of timestamps of like her favorite episodes. It's like episode 17, 25 minutes, 17 seconds. And she like goes to the timestamps. They should make an app for you. They should make an app for you, Alaia. Alaia, I just came up with your new app. You're winning your multi-million dollar idea. Yeah, video timestamp where you can save all your favorite videos and just type in the timestamp.
It's like that old porn site that used to tell you like where celebrities were nude. In,
right.
Yeah.
But it's like the best.
It was like original sin, all of whole episode.
That's porn site. I'm thinking she literally means like a porn site, but she just means the celebrity skin.
Yeah, that thing.
I've been there.
It's totally porn site.
Oh my God. So I'm looking at my candy corn picture and someone had the gall to write, candy corn is the devil's earwax.
Ew.
Exactly.
It better not be someone who's actually following me. It better be somebody random. Anyway, now I'm upset.
Because they're right.
Okay.
Somebody just called us right now on our bad phone to tell us that candy corn sucked. I had to mute the phone because the call wouldn't stop coming in.
Was it you?
They must have heard live. The show is somehow being broadcast live, and someone heard. Now they're dialing in because they need to talk about the candy corn.
Unplug it. I want you to start talking about pop culture, but I also want to go across the room and get a handful of candy corn.
Well, oh God, I almost choked because I'm thinking about you eating candy corn. Stephanie's still here.
Why don't you start with Boy George?
And I don't even know anything about Boy George. That's you that knows it. I know about Zola and I know about the game.
All right, so Boy George.
You don't even need any candy corn. We're almost done.
Save
it for board.
Boy George.
Backstory.
Backstory. This whole story is apparently backstory. Boy George decided to tell someone, I don't know if it was a reporter or whoever. I decided not to glorify anything by reading any articles.
Good.
But he put the word out there that he and Prince slept together.
He wishes.
He does wish. Who doesn't wish? And my whole thing with this was, what was the point? Like, even if it happened yesterday, what is the point of telling someone who you slept with?
Did Prince sleep with man? Is Prince...
If
what
he
is
is, he's not out.
Straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was straight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that he kind of jumps between the lanes of sexuality.
As far as we know, Prince is straight. But whether he is or not...
Boy George, why you out here spilling this dirty laundry?
Yeah.
Right.
So what happened was Boy George was on some British talk show and with some other music biz people. And one of them said, they were naming all these different musicians that they've worked with. And someone said, oh, I worked with Prince. And Boy George was like, oh, honey, I've slept with him. So now the show, I guess Prince's lawyers got involved because the show says he was just joking. Ha, it was just a joke. He was just saying something to be funny. He didn't think anyone would take him seriously. He had just like a poster of Prince on the wall or something. Does
he not know how serious Prince is about everything concerning his image?
Right? And isn't he like, Prince is a Jehovah's Witness now. He's not going to let that slide.
Is he really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why he stopped performing certain songs. Really? He won't sing Dirty Nicky anymore. He'll just play chords from it. And then some of his super old raunchy songs that I never knew anyway. I think one's called Head and one's called Sister or something. Oh, okay. He doesn't perform those. Mm-hmm. But yeah, through discussion with a trusted person, he came to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
Yeah. There's actually, who's that guy from like Jay and Silent Bob?
Mm-hmm. Which one?
Bob. The silent one.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin Smith. You can like Google it on YouTube. He tells this like 15-minute story of how he was trying to get Prince to do a project with him, and Prince tried to convert him to Jehovah's Witness.
That's fantastic. Very interesting. Out here witnessing.
Yes, Prince? Like Jordan. Could you imagine Prince coming to your door?
Oh my God, I would
let him in.
I'd be like, how long do you want to be here? Or do you want me to call anybody else over? Yeah. Let's bring some more people into this fray. That's fantastic.
So,
who's next?
So whether it was true or not, all I'm saying is lame Boy George to say it, and then to try and backtrack. Shut your face. Okay.
Yeah. And speaking about whether something was true or not, the internet went crazy. Zola had the club going up on a Tuesday. I don't know what day it was.
It might have been a Tuesday.
Was it Tuesday?
I don't know.
I think it was Tuesday. It was either Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember. But anyway, if you haven't heard already, then you've obviously been under a rock.
I don't know, but do you hear this rustle?
Oh, God. Anyway, no one's paying attention to Alaia. Internet went crazy. Hey, everybody. Move aside, Terry McMillan, Maya Angelou, Zora Neale Hurston, Ralph Ellison, Tanisi Coates. Forget about your letter to your son because Zola's in this place. Come on, Tyler Perry, Ava DuVernay, how do you pronounce her last name? DuVernay. Ava DuVernay and Tyler Perry and Lifetime Movie Networks and BET Movie Networks, maybe HBO or Netflix, maybe Amazon Prime. You got a hit on your hands.
Yep.
I feel like we don't need to go into it in depth, but basically, if you haven't seen it, just type in Zola Twitter story, ZOLA.
Yeah, and just read it.
It's like 142 tweets. And
it will tell you everything you need to know.
Oh my gosh, it's so well crafted, though. The whole thing was just like, who does this? Who does this?
To me, I think it was the best and worst story, because if it is true...
Horrible.
That's horrible. And if it's not true,
well
done. Great imagination, and you are hilarious. Well done.
Well done. Yeah. But you also might need to seek some sort of help, because that was really kind of twisted.
You surely need to seek some help.
That was twisted.
Now, I will say, one of my favorite adult costumes this year There were so many cute kids. I feel like people really went all out this year.
With the children?
Like there were a lot. There was a lot of material, adults and kids, to work with. But I posted some loofahs. I posted Mulder and Scully.
I saw the loofahs. So
the loofahs. Oh my god! And then Viola Davis's daughter wanting to be her.
Oh my goodness!
But one of my favorite adult costumes was someone went as Zola, and they printed out all the tweets, and they stuck them to their body.
Well done.
So there's that.
What about the person that went as Uncle Denzel? Always the best.
Oh, yes.
I'm almost offended to tell you the worst costumes I saw because I find it so upsetting.
Okay. I don't want to hear it then.
Yeah.
Is it a vagina? Because I saw that one. It was really bad.
No, it's worse.
Okay, we'll stop there. Let's see what else do we want to talk about. Oh, Lord. Okay, we'll end it. I feel like Stephanie, you talk about it. Go. Your turn.
No, I'm sorry.
No, do it. Do it. I think you'll be the best.
No,
Yes, you do. You were there for it.
The game posted a thirst trap, right? What is it?
Yeah,
thirst
you're right.
Trap
Yes.
on to Instagram where it was like an outline of his junk while him standing in the bathroom. And it was huge and frightening. And I think the best part was what Alaia discovered that I didn't even realize existed was like the half a page of hashtags.
Yes.
Of basically instructions on what to do while looking at his photo for thirsty young girls out there.
That hashtag list was ridiculous. He posted that himself.
He posted that himself.
The fact that he did it himself was just too much. Like, I was like, are you trying to compete with Zola?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean...
But you know, he used to be a stripper.
Did he
Oh, really? I know nothing about him.
I don't know anything about him either.
In LA at the right track. And
no, for real?
For real, for real.
That's fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
The one thing that I didn't appreciate, though, was how he subjected himself. And I feel like he's worth more than that. And that's why I enjoyed that story from Hotep Twitter. But then I also enjoyed the story with people just, all those different tweets where, hey, have some self-respect, girl. Put on some clothes. You're worth more.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, you guys tried to explain what Hotep was, but what does the word Hotep mean?
That's what I
feel like it's some kind of Egyptian thing, or maybe it's made up.
I just kept seeing examples of how it was being used, which I've seen plenty of. I didn't quite understand why they chose that word. Like, if I just replaced it with Sally, would it mean the same thing?
No, it's like something about Egypt. Hold on.
Oh, that would make sense.
It's the Egyptological pronunciation of Egyptian, HTP.
Oh.
The phrase has been translated to mean literally from law of peace. Be
so maybe they're
satisfied,
using
peace.
it instead of like king or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Urban Dictionary says a Hotep N-word is a black person who knows nothing about black history outside of ancient Egypt. Hotep Igas will attribute anything and everything to Egypt while ignoring the rest of Africa and the Far East. The majority...
None of them are from Egypt, by the way.
Right. It says the majority Hotep Igas have no sincere interest in black history. They're only looking for an alternative to monotheistic religion. They will also end every sentence with Hotep. Here's an example. Here's an example. Let me just read this to you because this is hilarious and I'm done. Christ was a fictional character created by the white man to enslave you. Hotep.
Literally.
Hotep.
So, quick backstory for real. 6th grade, you know, you had to do those, or at least we did. We get to those reports about like where your family came from, like the country they came from. Yeah. Of course, most African American people don't know. And the only country you've learned about up until that point is Egypt. Yeah. So I pretended I was from there. And we had to basically write a Cinderella story in the culture of those people. You know, like in some countries, they may think that in the ancient days, they might have thought cats were powerful or whatever the hell. So since all we had learned about from Africa was Egypt, I pretended that my people were Egyptian. And I wrote that Cinderella story. And I got an A.
Did you write Hotep at the end?
Obviously not.
Well, could have been an A+. Well, that's all the future. That's all the material I have for today.
Yeah. I think that's all we have ever.
This is fun.
I'm having a lot of candy corn right now.
Oh my God. I just want to say that the past 2 episodes that we've done have been the best that we've ever done. And that's saying a lot because we've done a lot of good episodes.
I feel
these
like
have been fantastic.
We've had so many good episodes.
This is back-to-back fun right now. For 2015, this might be the highlight.
For 2015, this might be the highlight.
Yeah. I want to come back for the next Alaia Watches Black Movies and we discuss
Well, the point is she didn't watch them. That's the problem.
Yeah, so I
she
want
actually
her
needs to watch some.
to watch them, and then I want to come back for that one.
I feel like she should watch Jason's Lyric, don't you?
Yeah, she should watch Jason's Lyric.
Now that she
Absolutely.
appreciates Bokeem Woodbine.
Yeah, and you'll appreciate Alan Payne's hairy ass.
Ugh, no you won't. You know what, though? As a young... Because when did that movie come out? Like the 90s?
Yeah.
That was like a lot for the 90s. That was,
I don't know.
It was a total... Wasn't that a lot for the 90s? I remember like never really have seen anything like that in my life. And somehow I got my hands on that film. And I watched it and I was like, oh, what is this called?
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah. I think I had like a bootleg VHS copy.
I feel like
that
I did too.
Snuck and like watched.
I did too. I feel like somebody brought it over here. We watched it in secret.
Yeah, because it was like some serious sex scenes.
It was a lot of... Yes. You saw major body in those films.
Yeah.
I mean, in that film.
Yeah.
Several times.
Yeah.
Little hardware store. Anyway.
Yep.
Is that a euphemism or...
No, they were
like
in like store.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you see Jeb? Oh, you guys, Jeb Bush's daughter's mugshot just made it to the internet.
What?
She was just arrested, and the trending hashtag is Jeb can fix it. For once, something happens while we're recording and not immediately after.
Yay, because we really care about Jeb Bush.
Right, I know. Oh my God, there's Jeb Bush in a hoodie. What?
Wait, did they find out that Jeb Bush is a member of the KKK? Because you remember they released all those names today.
Oh yeah, they found like
what?
Senators.
You know, they released
mayors.
Yeah, like Anonymous, who I'm very afraid of. They released a list of people that are in the KKK. Well, at least the politicians that are in the KKK.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I haven't looked at the list yet, but somebody said that somebody from Texas is on it.
Mm.
Well, does that surprise you?
No, girl.
Mm. Okay.
It just kind of makes it sad.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. So I think that's it for our show. I feel like there are other points at which I would like to have Stephanie back, but we'll just take it a step at a time.
Stephanie can come back every week, as far as I'm
Basically, is
concerned.
what I'm like. Yeah, maybe Stephanie should just be here all the time.
As far as I'm concerned, she's always here.
Honestly, this makes up for all those times I've been like listening to your show in my kitchen, washing dishes, and like yelling at the radio or my
Oh my God. The fact that...
Because I'm like, they can't hear me. Be quiet.
Yes, we can. The fact that, you know what I still say, though? The fact that people listen to this show still floors me. Even though it's like 5 people, my mom included, still... No, I'm just kidding. There's more than that. But the fact that people...
I don't even tell my mom about
No,
this.
me neither. If my mom listens to the show, I'll faint. But the fact that people listen to it is really kind of floors me. And then they say, hey, remember when you said whatever? And I'm like, of course I don't, girl. I don't ever remember what I say. That's a sad thing. I should probably change that.
I only remember, like, the embarrassing or inappropriate things. So anything regarding shame or Billy Bob Thornton or...
Yeah. I think I'm going to regret what I said about that woman's breast earlier. Somebody's going to have something to say to me about that.
I'm going to regret,
But fortunately, we're not famous enough to, like, get in trouble.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was really cockeyed. Like, what I was saying was, it basically is a case for love your body as it is. That's what I'm giving you.
Oh, okay. Pacey loved it like it was.
I feel like she had implants. Unnecessarily.
But they were small.
Oh, oops. Okay, well, never
She
mind.
doesn't even remember.
All right, fine.
Anyway.
Maybe I was looking at something else.
That's the end of the show. Stephanie is not on social media, so we can't tell you where to find her.
Are you not, Stephanie?
Not publicly. You don't.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. How do I know you then, girl?
Not for the masses.
Oh, okay.
Not
I
for
was
masses.
like, I feel like, okay. I was like, wait a minute, girl.
She's just in Real Talk for Women and has a friends only Instagram or something. So
Oh, okay, that's fine. That's perfect. But I was like, wait a minute, girl. I talked to you online. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, are you a figment of my imagination?
leftover style. So
Oh my gosh,
we can't tell you where to find Stephanie except here on our show in the future. And the Mad Men episode if you liked her and want to go back, because that was fun. Black people talking about a show that none of us were on. And
Sola was on it.
Black people.
Sola was on it.
Sola was on it. Yes, she was. We need to have her back too.
Sola has the best Instagram photos, by the way.
She does. Could you imagine an episode with Stephanie and Sola?
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I'm texting Sola.
Wait, Sola watches The Leftovers, so
she really?
maybe she lives for The Leftovers. So we may have to bring you both back, like when The Leftovers is closing out.
Okay, that's a smart idea.
That'll be cool.
Oh my god, that's
Talk
gonna
about
be
a backstory.
fun.
I'm not gonna say a word. We should blab that.
We should blab that.
What is that? Is that like some new social?
Are you okay with video, Stephanie? Why are we discussing this on here? This episode.
Because people need to know how we plan. This is real life, folks. 1 hour and 30 minutes in, you're gonna get the news.
Jesus. All right. We're done. You can find us online at 18to49podcast.com. Email 18to49podcast
at gmail.com. On Facebook
18to49 and Twitter 18to49podcast. Thanks, Stephanie.
Thanks
to Stephanie for being on the show. She was a good time, yeah. That's all I got. That's all I got.